You didn't have Crab to start the year. How did you feel like you and other wide receivers had to respond?
We always have a next man up mentality. Before the season began, it was always like going out there and getting better no matter who is going to be out there. Somebody's got to step up and do the job, whether it be Chris, myself, DJ, anybody in the room. So when he went down, it was like a really good opportunity for anybody else to step up and show what they can do.
PJ mentioned your maturity, how it's improved over the couple of years. How would you describe how you were as a freshman to where you are now?
Well, there's been a lot of growth from, being a freshman to now, about going on 3 years now. There's a lot of stuff that, I went through. He talks about it a lot, that in my personal life, on the field, off the field. I think with him laying out the blueprint for me, really just everybody on the team, the message that he gives to everybody, it's something that you can really live by and learn a lot from. And I took a lot of the things that he said and taught to us and applied it to my life, and I feel like it's just made my life a lot better. And I'm just now starting to reap the benefits. And, I'm hoping that it'll keep on going.
What's clicking with you and Tanner Morgan right now in that connection?
Really, a lot. After practice, we get a lot of reps in. Even during practice, we connect on almost every ball he throws. So, it's been fun. He's one of the guys that I look up to. I was here my freshman year, and he's always been in my ear like, come on, Mike, let's do it. Always getting extra reps after practice. So I think that built a lot of the confidence between me and him and a lot of the chemistry. And, that's just something that I look forward to keep on building on as the season goes on.
Like you guys always talk about the one-game season, really over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you truly believed or understood when you came to college, or does it take some sort of?
So in high school, I played for a team my freshman and sophomore year. They were Wayne High School, and we ended up going to a state championship that year. And the thing that we set out to begin with in January was 1 week at a time. So I kind of had that instilled in me before I even got to college. And then once I got to college, I realized how important it really, really was, because when you get to focusing on, ahead of the bigger picture, you get to lose sight of what you actually need to focus on as far as like the details, fundamentals of week-to-week basis, and, just getting better and focusing on yourself. So, yeah.
Michael, what did scoring a touchdown at Camp Randall do for you and your confidence last year?
It boosted it a lot. I remember just feeling like okay, it's my time now. Like I'm out here, I can do it. Like that's what I felt like, and I also told myself there's no turning back. I know that this is not the top of the podium. Like this is little, very little, and it's only scratching the surface of what I'm going to be able to do within the next coming years. So it was a big confidence booster. Like I can't even explain it. I remember just catching the ball and I'm like, oh wow, I'm going to do it. Got in the end zone, I'm like, wow, I did it. And I was just like, all right, I'm here, let's do it.
PJ mentioned after the Northwestern game about the influence that your uncle has on you. How would you describe what kind of role model he has been for you in your life?
Yeah, so really when I was younger, I used to go out and see him all the time when he was out on the road. We started building like a really, really close relationship. I like to argue that I was one of his first kids before he had his little two younger ones. So, it was, and he kind of looked at me the same way. We just built like a really good relationship, great chemistry growing up. And then as I've gotten older and start becoming like making my own name for myself, I know there's way more than just what I'm getting right now because I've seen it. I've been around him. So all the extra stuff, it doesn't really get to me as far as like fame or whatever you want to call it. But like we have a really, really great relationship. I talk to him almost every other day. So, and he congratulates me after every game. So, yeah.
What was it like to have him at Fresno. Was it 2 years ago now?
Fresno. Oh yeah, that was a great experience. My first time traveling. That was the second game of the season. Yeah, so I was like, after I traveled that week, I thought I was gonna be traveling like the rest of the season, but no. But it was really cool, just having him come out there, and then for him also to experience that type of like that setting, because he wasn't really. I mean, he's a sports guy, but he didn't play sports. So for him to actually be able to come into the locker room, give us a speech, and like feel our energy, I thought that was really, really dope, and I was happy I could provide that experience for him.
He's a Buckeyes fan, right?
Yeah, that is true. He is a Buckeyes fan. He is a Buckeyes fan. He was rooting for me to score as many touchdowns, have as many catches and yards as I possibly could that game, but wanted the Buckeyes to win. So.
Like, has his appreciation or fandom of football gone up since you started playing college football yourself?
I wouldn't. I guess you could say that. I don't really know for sure, because he's always been a fan of football, of sports in general. Like I said, whenever I was like younger, when I went out there, we always watched Super Bowl. He took me to a couple mini camps. Just always watching football. We play Madden all the time. So he's always been a fan of the sport. He just didn't. He wasn't athletic enough to play it. So, but I guess his voice made up for that.
Mike, what do you see with Illinois this week when you study them on tape, and what is it going to take to overcome them and beat them this week?
I think we have a pretty good game plan coming into the week. They are a really good defense. I know they have a really good safety, and he flies around everywhere. So, as long as we focus, but we're more focused on ourselves and executing the details, fundamentals, and going out there and just making sure we're better than we were last week. As long as we take care of that, we'll go out there and everything will come around full circle.
Mike, how do you feel like the chemistry of the wide receivers are just generally as a room?
I think we're really a special group. We're a really special group. When we get together inside or outside of the facility, so we always have a good time. We're always joking around with each other. We always know we got each other's back no matter where we are, what we're doing. Playing the game, we all, we have fun. But we also know, when it's time to practice, we all, get our heads together, get a mentality that is, all right, let's go to work. Let's go do this thing. We know we got to get better. Yesterday wasn't good enough. Last week wasn't good enough. We're not we talk about not being a championship wideout room yet and not getting the respect. So it's up to us to go out and earn that. So we take that very seriously. So whenever we go out and go practice, we put our all into it. And I think it's starting to pay off. Oh, it's fine. Go ahead.
How do you look at the dynamic of, now that Chris is back, he's drawn more attention from opposing defenses? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, I think teams are going to start recognizing they have to respect all of the ride out, everybody really, because we're all playmakers out there. So if they want to do that, that's fine. We'll find a way to work around it, and that's what we're going to do.
You're related to Braxton Miller too, right?
Yeah.
Is he like a cousin or?
Yeah, so it's not a full blood, but it's my stepdad's his real close cousin. So we get to go around him a lot. He's real cool. Yeah.
Do we have any more questions for Michael? All right.
Good. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, sir.